Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about Be the Beginning. One of the lovely viewers had asked if I could make a video, so I thought why not? So let's get into the meat of it without any spoilers. From the first episode, we're put into a real-world setting with a twist. There is chaos underway, which is influenced by a science fiction skew. We see that some of the people causing the chaos have modifications. While chaos is underway, we also have focus on Koku's story, the current investigation, and the police force headquarters. While at one of the crime scenes we meet our less than expected main character, Keith. He seems odd, disheveled, and reckless. If you're not used to the thriller genre, the first few episodes may throw you off as things aren't explained. The anime gives itself time to properly unfurl and the show rolls on. We are properly introduced to our main characters. They are all incredibly relatable and appealing to the common viewer. Straight away, we start delving into many characters in their own way, whether it be through conversations or action had throughout the show. We see that many characters are haunted by the past and that several things are driving them. I have heard the complaint that all characters weren't fully fleshed out, but again, it is hard to flesh out all these characters, especially when in the first season. This anime leans more towards Baccano in the sense that it properly handles characters, rather than it being a repeat offender like Durarara. By having too many characters, it becomes a cluster of information and no one is really relatable to the viewer and meaning less investment. Also, like Baccano, there's more than one story happening at once. In the end, we get a big payoff. That's what counts. The tone, colors, intro, and outro let the viewer know that this is going to be a thriller and it will be on the darker side. This is a story of a brilliant detective trying to come to terms with the past and current mystery. In a way, he mirrors Sherlock Holmes in the sense of his brilliance. Honestly, on paper, the show would sound like chaos, but it works. I personally love that the anime included diagrams or bolded words. Many people have trouble following fast or intense conversations, so this highlights important parts for many viewers. It also isn't consistently heavy. Characters like Lily give us comic relief while still maintaining her own personality, in turn not sacrificing the character that has been built. The show allows the viewer to try and make educated guesses as to what will happen. The viewer isn't cheated by a reveal due to poor storytelling. I am a personal fan of thrillers and even I was surprised by a few twists in the show. I didn't feel cheated though because thinking back it was something that was overlooked due to misdirection. In a way it feels like a well-performed magic show. I was honestly thrilled by the end. The show held its own in a sense of consistency in animation and decent fight choreography. I can't think of a time where I thought, oh god, that was uglier, why wouldn't they show that fight transition? There is some use of CG, but it's used appropriately, which I appreciate. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Why? Well, there are still loose ends at the end of the anime, which I can't assume will be answered in the upcoming season, even though they likely will. There are also a few events that happened that relied somewhat heavily on conveniences. Yes, this can happen many times in thrillers to tie up loose ends, but it still doesn't go unnoticed. There are also a few moments where the viewer utters, why wouldn't they do blank instead? Again, this is a common trope in shows, but something that irks me nonetheless. There's also discussion of medical jargon, which I feel took some liberties, but didn't take away from the show. So what is my conclusion? It says a lot about the show when I wait to see if there's a stinger, and there was. The anime has set up so much of its story that it's genuinely exciting to wait for the next season. I personally watched the dub and it was well done. I would recommend you watch this anime because this is definitely a must-watch in the thriller genre. This is a show that can be called falling dominoes because once things get going, things move fast. I've heard from several viewers that they were confused about certain parts of the show. Let me know what you had questions about and I'll try to answer them in another video. If you have any questions, leave them down below or you can bring them to my attention on Twitter. So until next time, I'll see you later.